This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for April 22nd, 2025. Halestorm have released a new single, Darkness Always Wins, produced by Grammy-winning producer Dave Cobb. The song will appear on the band's upcoming 6th studio album, due later this year on Atlantic Records. Halestorm guitarist Joe Hottinger writing that Darkness Always Wins, quote, "We wrote this down in Savannah. It was the first song we wrote for what became the album. We went down there to see how it was working with Dave Cobb. We wrote and recorded this in 2 days at his then new studio. It was the beginning of a beautiful relationship that turned into a beautiful album. We can't wait for everyone to hear what we've been up to." Linkin Park have another new song called Unshatter, headed for a debut later this week. The single is set for inclusion on the upcoming deluxe edition of the band's latest album, From Zero. The expanded edition is set for release on May 16th. The track listing includes the new song Up From the Bottom, the newly announced Unshatter, live versions of The Emptiness Machine, Heavy as the Crown, Over Each Other, Casualty, and Two-Faced, and another song called Let You Fade. Alice Cooper, the original group, not just the solo artist, have announced their first new studio album in over 50 years. The Revenge of Alice Cooper arrives on July 25th, featuring all 4 surviving members, Alice Cooper, Michael Bruce, Dennis Dunaway, and drummer Neil Smith. It includes a special appearance by the late guitarist Glenn Buxton, who died in 1997. The song What Happens to You was built from a riff that was in one of his old demo tapes. In a new interview with Billboard magazine, Alice Cooper says working together again felt natural, saying, quote, "It was very much like this when our next album after 1973's Muscle of Love. Isn't that funny? After 50 years, all of a sudden, it just falls into place." Sammy Hagar is about to release a new song that features a guitar lick he says Eddie Van Halen showed him in a dream. Encore, Thank You, Good Night, is set for release this Friday, April 25th, and finds Sammy Hagar joined by 3/4 of his Best of All Worlds band, guitarist Joe Satriani, bassist and fellow Van Halen alumni Michael Anthony, and drummer Kenny Aronoff. Sammy Hagar saying in a 2022 interview, "About 2 months ago, I had this dream that Eddie came. He's going, man, let's write some music. I said, fuck it, man, here, let's go." In the dream, Eddie did this harmonic thing and slid it up to a chord like a slide guitar. We wrote a song with that lick. I remembered it. I got up in the morning and I wrote the song, and I used the fucking lick that he showed me in the song. Puddle of Mudd have announced a new album called Kiss the Machine, which arrives on May 2nd, on the heels of frontman Wes Scantlin's ongoing legal issues. That includes a felony domestic violence charge that happened in March, stemming from a physical altercation with his girlfriend. Wes Scantlin and the band offering the opening track, Butamus, saying this album was a moment of clarity. Me looking in the mirror. I was there night after night in the studio, learning and recording, pushing myself, and making sure every part of it felt authentic. I'm super proud of how it all came together. He added, I just want people to feel something, to smile, and have some hope in their hearts. Music has the power to heal, and if these songs help someone through a tough time, that means everything to me. That's what this album is all about. The Cure have marked frontman Robert Smith's birthday by announcing details of Mixes of a Lost World, a new remix album of their acclaimed 2024 comeback record, Songs of a Lost World, featuring the likes of Fortet, Mogwai, and Chino Moreno from the Deftones. Mixes of a Lost World features 24 reworked tracks from their last album to be released on June 13th to benefit the charity War Child. Metallica kicked off their 2025 M72 tour on Saturday at the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse, New York, marking their first performance in the city in nearly 30 years. Supported by Pantera and Suicidal Tendencies, the event drew over 47,500 fans, officially breaking the Dome's all-time concert attendance record, previously set by The Who in 1982. And Ice Nine Kills, who are on tour with Metallica on the No Repeat weekends, have confirmed that singer Spencer Charnas is a co-writer on an upcoming new slasher flick, that's called Slashin' the Christ. The new film has a website and social media accounts. Spencer Charnas confirming he co-wrote a script treatment alongside Broken Lizard comedy troupe member Paul Soter, who wrote Super Troopers and Club Dread. The film is being presented by legendary genre filmmaker, makeup effects artist, and The Walking Dead executive producer Greg Nicotero, who is co-producing alongside Brian Witten and Chris Nielsen. And a new feature-length documentary about Simple Minds is set to premiere in theaters and on demand starting June 13th. Simple Minds, Everything is Possible, chronicles the remarkable journey of one of the UK's most iconic bands, best known for their global anthem, Don't You Forget About Me. Last month, Coheed Cambria dropped their 11th studio album, The Father of Make-Believe, on Virgin Records. The record is the third installment of their Amory Wars concept album series and features the single Someone Who Can. The band have unveiled a new acoustic library demo of the original release. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 254, featuring David and Tom from Barry Tomorrow, is available now.